Alright, so this is the new What If I said I'd be doing, and it is what if female Deku was the. Oh, sorry. What if female Deku was the armor titan? Now, this is what she'll look like in her. When she's. This is what she'll look like, and this is what her armored titan will look like. Alright, so, with out of the way, let's begin. Now, I don't have a name for her, so you guys get to choose a name for her. So Deku is born as a healthy young little girl. As a couple of years will pass, like about 4 years, with her going to the quirk doctor, with the doctor coming back saying, now Hisashi and Inko are both there, as the doctor says that he's sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Midoriya, but your daughter is quirkless. As Hisashi and Inko would ask how could this have happened, and how is it possible, with the doctors showing the x-ray they took of Deku's foot, which shows the second joint, with him stating that they are very sorry, as both Inko and Hisashi, with a blank expression on their faces, would thank him for his time. As they would both all of them would leave the hospital with Hisashi and Inko driving off, with Deku asking where they're going, because this is in the direction and where their house is, as Inko and Hisashi don't respond. Now, they do have another kid, and they do have a quirk, because they were at the quirk doctor at the same time as Deku, just driving and dropping and just pushing, and once they get to a military base, as they push Deku out of the car and say that they dump her near a military base, as they would tell her to get away, you brat, and don't ever come back to us, as they would end up driving off, with Deku basically crying, as a older general would walk by, as he would notice Deku would be crying, with him asking if she is okay, as she would respond with, no, she is not, because her parents just abandoned her because she doesn't have a quirk. Okay, so I'm going to do some explanation for this thing. So, the Titan thing isn't a quirk, which is why I said that she was quirkless, because in some of the Titan Shifter what ifs I've seen, they put it down as a quirk. So in this one it isn't. And only 2 of the characters from Attack on Titan are in here, and the ones I've chosen were, it was very difficult to choose 2 of them, but I chose Annie Leonhardt and Peak Finger. Yeah, I think that's how you say her name. Those of you who've watched Attack on Titan will know them as the female Titan and not the armor Titan, the cart Titan. And the Curse of Ymir doesn't exist in this world, so Deku won't die in 13 years. With the general stretching his hand out, telling her to come with him. They head back to the base. Once they get there, he stated that she is very special because he can sense something that she is very special, and he then introduces her to two children who are also abandoned, that being Annie Leonhardt and Peak Finger. As she would be quite shy at first, but she would stretch her hand out, stating her name. Now, again, you guys get to decide her name, as Annie and Peak would shake her hand, as the general would then state that you are all special and that you guys will be beginning your training soon. So you guys best be ready. With them beginning their training, as the general states that they all have an ability that isn't a quirk. But they are known as Titans, and they can each of them can turn into a specific Titan if any damage is done to them. And he states that this training will be teaching you how to control that ability, so you guys won't go on a rampage. With the general asking Deku to be the first to try it, as Deku would stretch out her hand, and the general would leave like a little scratch, not deep enough to is deep enough to draw blood, but he does it in like a way where she doesn't feel it. As yellow lightning would begin to form around her, as an explosion would happen, as she would shift into this. As the general would be amazed, seeing that they haven't seen this type of Titan in a very long time. It's usually just like the normal Titans that you'd find. As he would do the same to Annie and Peak, as they would have their respective Titans as well. With the general being impressed, stating that you all are very special type of Titans, and that upon completing your training, you will be put into a specialized branch, as they would be training for the past couple of years, mainly focusing on their stamina. So instead of being able to shift 3 times into their Titan forms like they could normally in Attack on Titan, they can shift 5 times. With Deku, Annie, and Peak growing that relationship a lot more to where they become very good friends. Now, this is not restricting your guys' choices for the ship. You can still choose if you want Peak and Annie to be shipped, or both of them. I don't care. You guys can choose. As Deku and Annie and Peak would reach the age of 13 years old, they would then be put into a specialized branch of the military, they would be known as the 3 Titans. As they would go on specialized missions with them being in their Titan forms, mainly being parachuted in and then shifting into their Titan forms to basically take out enemy outposts and villains and villain bases. With them, them being with the news broadcasts about them going all across Japan, asking who are these mysterious beings known as the Three Titans by the military. As we would then cut about a year into the future with Deku, Annie, and Peak being 14 years old. Now, UA will be a college in this, so they'll all be 18 when they go there. And I forgot to mention this will be a Hero 1. With Deku, Peak, and Annie. With Deku and Annie sparring in their Titan forms, as it would be a close fight, be a very close fight, and the finishing blow would go to Deku, but by her getting behind Annie and using her Titan's jaws to rip Annie out from the nape. As the female Titan would fall down, as their body would begin to evaporate, with Deku then leaving the armored Titan's body, stating that is 133 to 133, with Annie saying that we're still tied then, with Deku responding with, it would appear so, as Peak would say that I guess it's my turn to be sparring with Deku, since I would be sparring the winner. As now, Peak has fought both Annie and Deku before, so she's gotten a good grasp on their fighting styles, and so have Deku and Annie. So they're always changing it up each time, with Deku stating, "Alright, then let's go." As just before they shift into their Titan forms to spar, the general would walk in and as they would stop and immediately stand at attention. As the general would, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. As the general would then state that you guys have been assigned. Actually, this is a couple. Yeah, they're now 18 years old now. The general would state that they've been assigned into a position at UA where they'd be going there as students to protect the other students, as they were given permission to use their Titan abilities. Now, I'm going to say the only Titan ability they can use in their human form, in their human bodies, is the healing capabilities of the Titans. So Annie, nobody else can harden their body parts while they're in human form. They can only do that in their Titan form. I don't think the Cart Titan can harden, but I'm going to say they can. As Deku, Annie, and Peak would then ask. So this will be our undercover mission then. As the general would respond with, "That is correct." As that is where I'm going to leave it off. If you guys enjoyed this one and would like to see another part, do let me know. Also, if you want to come up with a name for Deku, then you can. And I'll see you guys next time.